Yaakov lived in the land of Mitzrayim 17 years, and the days of Yaakov and the years of his life were 147 years. At that time, Yaakov was attacked with the illness of which he died, and he sent and called for his son Joseph from Mitzrayim, and Joseph, his son, came from Mitzrayim, and Joseph came to his father. And Yaakov said unto Joseph and unto his sons, Behold, I die, and the Elohim of your ancestors will visit you and bring you back to the land which Yahweh swore to give unto you and unto your children after you. Now, therefore, when I am dead, bury me in the cave which is in Machpelah, in Hebron, in the land of Canaan, near my ancestors. And Yaakov made his son swear to bury him in Machpelah, in Hebron, and his sons swore unto him concerning this thing. And he commanded them, saying, Serve Yahweh Elohim, for he who delivered your fathers will also deliver you from all trouble. And Yaakov said, Call all your children unto me. And all the children of Yaakov's sons came and sat before him. And Yaakov blessed him. And he said unto them, Yahweh Elohim of your fathers shall grant you 1,000 times as much and bless you. And may he give you the blessings of your father Abraham. And all the children of Yaakov's sons went forth on that day after he had blessed them. And on the next day, Yaakov again called for the sons, and they all assembled and came to him and sat before him. And Yaakov on that day blessed his sons before his death. Each man did he bless according to his blessings. Behold, it is written in the cipher of the Torah of Yahweh, appertaining to Yasrael. And Yaakov said to Yehuda, I know, my son, that you are a mighty man for your brethren. Reign over them, and your sons shall reign over the sons forever. Only teach your sons the bow and all the weapons of war in order that they might fight the battles of their brother who will rule over his enemies. And Yaakov again commanded his sons on that day, saying, Behold, I shall be this day gathered into my people. Carry me up from Mitzrayim, and bury me in the cave of Machpelah, as I have commanded you. Howbeit take heed, I pray you, that none of your sons carry me, only yourselves. And this is the manner you shall do unto me. And when you carry my body, to go with it to the land of Canaan to bury me, Yehuda, Issachar, Zebulun shall carry my coffin at the eastern side, Reuben, Shimon, and Gad at the south, Ephraim, Manasseh, and Benjamin in the west, Dan, Asher, and Naphtali at the north. Let not Levi carry with you, for he and his sons will carry the ark of the covenant of Yahweh with Yasrael in the camp. Neither let Joseph my son carry, for as a king so let his glory be. Howbeit Ephraim and Manasseh shall be in their stead. Thus shall you do unto me when you carry me away. Do not neglect anything of all that I command you. And it shall come to pass, when you do this unto me, that Yahweh will remember you favorably, and your children after you forever. And you, my sons, honor each his brother and his relative, and command your children and your children's children after you to serve Yahweh Elohim of your ancestors all the days, in order that you may prolong your days in the land, you and your children's children forever, when you do what is good and upright in the sight of Yahweh Elohim, to go in all his ways. And you, Joseph, my son, forgive, I pray you, the wrongs of your brethren and all their misdeeds in the injury that they heaped upon you, for Elohim intended it for you and for your children's benefit. And, O my son, leave not your brother and to the inhabitants of Mitzrayim, neither hurt their feelings, for behold, I consign them to the hand of Elohim, and in your hand to guard them from Mitzrayim. And the sons of Yaakov answered their father, saying, O our father, all that you have commanded us, so will we do. May Elohim only be with us. And Yaakov said unto the sons, so may Elohim be with you when you guard all his ways. Turn not from his ways, either to the right or to the left, in performing what is good and upright in his sight. For I know that many and grievous troubles will befall you in the latter days in the land. Yea, your children and children's children only serve Yahweh, and he will save you from all your trouble. And it shall come to pass when you shall go after Elohim to serve him, and will teach your children after you and your children's children to know Yahweh, then will Yahweh raise up unto you and your children a servant from amongst your children. And Yahweh will deliver you through his hand from all affliction, and bring you out of Mitzrayim, and bring you back to the land of your fathers to inherit it securely. And Yaakov ceased commanding his sons, and he drew his feet into the bed. He died and was gathered to his people. And Joseph fell upon his father, and he cried out and wept over him, and he kissed him, and he called out in a bitter voice, and he said, O my father, my father. And his sons, women, and all his household came and fell upon Yaakov. And they wept over him and cried in a very loud voice concerning Yaakov. And all the sons of Yaakov rose up together, and they tore their garments, and they put sackcloth upon their loins, and they fell upon their faces, and they cast dust upon their heads towards the heavens. And the thing was told unto Asenth, Joseph's woman, and she rose up and put on a sack, and she with all the Mitzrayim women with her, and mourned and wept for Yaakov. And also all the people of Mitzrayim who knew Yaakov came on all that day when they heard this thing, and all Mitzrayim wept for many days. And also from the land of Canaan did the woman come from Mitzrayim when they heard that Yaakov was dead, and they wept for him in Mitzrayim for 70 days. And it came to pass after this that Joseph commanded his servants, the doctor, to embalm his father with myrrh and frankincense and all manner of incense and perfume. And the doctors embalmed Yaakov as Joseph had commanded them. And all the people of Mitzrayim and the elders and all the inhabitants of the land of Goshen wept and mourned over Yaakov, and all his sons and the children of his household lamented and mourned over their father, Yaakov, many days. And after the days of his weeping had passed away, at the end of 70 days, Joseph said to Pharaoh, I will go up and bury my father in the land of Canaan, as he made me swear, and then I will return. And Pharaoh sent Joseph, saying, Go up and bury your father, as he said, and as he made you swear. And Joseph rose up with all his brethren to go to the land of Canaan to bury their father, Yaakov, as he had commanded them. And Pharaoh commanded that it should be proclaimed throughout Mitzrayim, saying, Whosoever goes not up with Joseph and his brethren to the land of Canaan to bury Yaakov shall die. And all Mitzrayim heard of Pharaoh's proclamation, and they all rose up together, and all the servants of Pharaoh, and the elders of the house, and all the elders of the land of Mitzrayim went up with Joseph, and all the officers and nobles of Pharaoh went up as the servants of Joseph, and they went to bury Yaakov in the land of Canaan. And the sons of Yaakov carried the coffin upon which he lay, according to all that their fathers commanded them, so did his sons unto him. The coffin was of pure gold, and it was inlaid around about onyx stones and bdellium. And the covering of the coffin was gold woven work joined with threads, and over them were hooks of onyx stones and bdellium. And Joseph placed upon the head of his father Yaakov a large golden crown, and he put a golden scepter in his hand. And they surrounded the coffin, as was the custom of kings during their lives. And all the troops of Mitzrayim went before him in this array. At first all the mighty men of Pharaoh, and the mighty men of Joseph, and after them the rest of the inhabitants of Mitzrayim. And they were all girded with swords and equipped with coats of mail, and the trappings of war were upon them. And all the weepers and mourners went at a distance opposite to the coffin, going and weeping and lamenting. And the rest of the people went after the coffin. And Joseph and his household went together near the coffin barefooted and weeping, and the rest of Joseph's servants went around him. Each man had his ornaments upon him, and they were all armed with their weapons of war. And 50 of Yaakov's servants went in front of the coffin, and they strewed along the road myrrh and aloes and all manner of perfume. And all the sons of Yaakov that carried the coffin walked upon the perfumey, and the servants of Yaakov went before them, strewing the perfume along the road. And Joseph went up with a heavy camp, and they did after this manner every day until they reached the land of Canaan. And they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which was on the other side of the Jordan. And they mourned an exceedingly great and heavy mourning in that place. And all the kings of Canaan heard of this thing, and they all went forth, each man from his house, 31 kings of Canaan. And they all came with their men to mourn and weep over Yaakov. And all these kings beheld Yaakov's coffin, and behold, Joseph's crown was upon it. And they also put their crowns upon the coffin, and encircled it with crowns. And all these kings made in that place a great and heavy mourning with the sons of Yaakov and Mitzrayim over Yaakov, for all the kings of Canaan knew the valor of Yaakov and his sons. And the report reached Esau, saying, Yaakov died in Mitzrayim, and his sons and all Mitzrayim are conveying him to the land of Canaan to bury him. And Esau heard this thing, and he was dwelling in Mount Seir. And he rose up with his sons and all his people and all his household, a people exceedingly great, and they came to mourn and weep over Yaakov. And it came to pass, when Esau came, he mourned for his brother Yaakov. And all Mitzrayim and all Canaan rose up and mourned a great mourning with Esau over Yaakov in that place. And Joseph and his brethren brought their father Yaakov from that place, and they went to Hebron to bury Yaakov in the cave by his fathers. And they came to Kuarat Arba and the cave, to the cave, and as they came, Esau stood with his sons against Joseph and his brethren as a hindrance in the cave, saying, Yaakov shall not be buried therein, for it belongs to us and to our father. And Joseph and his brethren heard the words of Esau's sons, and they were exceedingly wroth. And Joseph approached unto Esau, saying, What is this thing which they have spoken? Surely my father Yaakov bought it from you for great riches after the death of Yitzchak, now 25 years ago, and also all the land of Canaan he bought from you and from your sons and your seed after you. And Yaakov bought it for the sons and the seed after him, for an inheritance forever. And why speak you these things this day? And Esau answered, saying, You speak falsely and utter lies, for I sold not anything belonging to me in all this land. As you say, neither did my brother Yaakov buy anything belonging to me in this land. And Esau spoke these things in order to deceive Joseph with his words. For Esau knew that Joseph was not present in those days when Esau sold all belonging to him in the land of Canaan to Yaakov. And Joseph said unto Esau, Surely my father inserted these things with you in the record of purchase, and testified the record with witness, and beheld it. It is with us in Mitzrayim. Esau answered, saying unto him, Bring the record, all that you will find in the record, so will we do. And Joseph called unto Naphtali his brother, and he said, Hasten quickly, say not, and run, I pray you, to Mitzrayim, and bring all the records, the record of the purchase, the sealed record, and the open record, and also all the first records in which all the transactions of the birthrights are written. Fetch you. And you shall bring them unto us hither, that we may know from them all the words of Esau and his sons which they spoke this day. And Naphtali hearkened to the voice of Joseph, and he hastened and ran to go down to Mitzrayim. And Naphtali was lighter on foot than any of the stags that were upon the wilderness, for he would go upon the ears of grain without crushing them. And when Esau saw Naphtali had gone to fetch the records, he and his sons increased their resistance against the cave. And Esau and all his people rose up against Joseph and his brethren to battle. And all the sons of Yaakov and the people of Mitzrayim fought with Esau and his men, and the sons of Esau and his people were smitten before the sons of Yaakov. And the sons of Yaakov slew of Esau's people 40 men. And Cushim, the son of Dan, the son of Yaakov, was at that time with Yaakov's sons, but he was about 100 cubits distance from the place of battle. For he remained with the children of Yaakov's sons by Yaakov's coffin to guard it. And Cushim was dumb and deaf. Still he understood the voice of consternation among men, and he asked, saying, Why do you not bury the dead? And what is this great consternation? And they answered him, and the words of Esau and his sons, and he ran to Esau in the midst of the battle, and he slew Esau with a sword, and he cut off his head, and it sprang to a distance, and Esau fell among the people of the battle. And when Cushim did this thing, the sons of Yaakov prevailed over the sons of Esau. And the sons of Yaakov buried their father, and Yaakov by force in the cave, and the sons of Esau beheld it. And Yaakov was buried in Hebron, in the cave of Machpelah, which Abraham had bought from the sons of Heth for the possession of a burial place. And he was buried in a very costly garments, and no king had such honor paid him as Joseph paid unto his father at the death, for he buried him with great honor, like unto the burial of kings. And Joseph and his brethren made a mourning of 7 days for their father. And it was after this that the sons of Esau waged war with the sons of Yaakov, and the sons of Esau fought with the sons of Yaakov in Hebron, and Esau was still lying dead and not buried. And the battle was heavy between them, and the sons of Esau were smitten before the sons of Yaakov, and the sons of Yaakov slew of the sons of Esau 80 men, and not one died of the people of the sons of Yaakov. And the hand of Joseph prevailed over all the people of the sons of Esau. And he took Tesopho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, and 50 of his men captive, and he bound them with chains of iron, and gave them into the hand of his servant to bring them to Mitzrayim. And it came to pass, when the sons of Yaakov had taken Tesopho and his people captive, all these that remained were greatly afraid of their lives from the house of Esau, lest they should also be taken captive. And they all fled with Eliphaz, the son of Esau, and his people with Esau's body. And they went on the road to Mount Seir. And they came unto Mount Seir, and they buried Esau and Seir, but they had not brought his head with them to Seir, for it was buried in the place where the battle had been Hebron. And it came to pass when the sons of Esau had fled from before the sons of Yaakov, the sons of Yaakov pursued them unto the borders of Seir, but they did not slay a single man from amongst them when they pursued them. For Esau's body, which they carried with them, excited their confusion. So they fled, and the sons of Yaakov turned back from them and came up to the place where their brethren were in Hebron, and they remained there on that day and on the next day until they rested from battle. And it came to pass on the third day, they assembled all the sons of Seir, the Kori, and they assembled all the children of the east, a multitude of people like the sands of the sea. And they went and came down into Mitzrayim to fight with Joseph and his brethren in order to deliver their brethren. And Joseph and all the sons of Yaakov heard that the sons of Esau and the children of the east had come upon them to battle in order to deliver their brethren. And Joseph and his brethren and the strong men of Mitzrayim went forth and fought in the city of Ra-ames. And Joseph and his brethren dealt out a tremendous blow amongst the sons of Esau and the children of the east, and they slew of them 600,000 men. And they slew amongst them all the mighty men of the children of Seir and Kori. There were only a few of them left, and they slew also a great many of the children of the east. And the children of Esau and Eliphaz, the son of Esau, and the children of the east all fled before Joseph, his brethren, and Joseph and his brethren pursued them until they came to Succoth. And they yet slew of them in Succoth 30 men, and the rest escaped, and they fled each to his city. And Joseph and his brethren and the mighty men of Mitzrayim turned back from them with joy and cheerfulness of heart, for they had smitten all their enemies. And Tesapho, the son of Eliphaz, and his men were still slaves in Mitzrayim to the sons of Yaakov, and their pains increased. And when the sons of Esau and the sons of Seir turned to their land, the sons of Seir saw that they had fallen into the hands of the sons of Yaakov, and the people of Mitzrayim on account of the battle of the sons of Esau. And the sons of Seir said unto the sons of Esau, You have seen, and therefore you know that this camp was on your account, and not one mighty man or an adept in war remains. Now therefore go forth from our land. Go from us to the land of Canaan, to the land of the dwelling of your fathers. Wherefore shall your children inherit the effects of our children in latter days? And the children of Esau would not listen to the children of Seir. And the children of Seir considered to make war with them. And the children of Esau sent secretly to Angeas, king of Africa, the same is Dinhabah, saying, Send unto us some of your men, and let them come unto us, and we will fight together with the children of Seir, the Kori, for they have resolved to fight with us, to drive us away from the land. And Angeas, king of Dinhabah, did so, for he was in those days friendly to the children of Esau. And Angeas sent 500 valiant infantry to the children of Esau, and 800 cavalry. And the children of Seir sent unto the children of the east and unto the children of Midian, saying, You have seen what the children of Esau have done unto us, upon whose account we are almost all destroyed in their battle with the sons of Yaakov. Now therefore come unto us and assist us, and we will fight with them, and we will drive them from the land, and be avenged of the cause of our brethren, who died for the sakes in their battle with their brethren, the sons of Yaakov. And all the children of the east listened to the children of Seir, and they came unto them about 800 men with drawn swords. And the children of Esau fought with the children of Seir at that time in the wilderness of Paran. And the children of Seir prevailed over the sons of Esau. And the children of Seir slew on that day of the children of Esau in the battle about 200 men of the people of Angeas, king of Dinhabah. And on the second day the children of Esau came again to fight a second time with the children of Seir. And the battle was sore upon the children of Esau this second time, and it troubled them greatly on account of the children of Seir. And when the children of Esau saw that the children of Seir were more powerful than they were, some men of the children of Esau turned and assisted the children of Seir with their enemies. And there fell yet of the people of the children of Esau in the second battle 58 men of the people of Angeas, king of Dinhabah. And on the third day, the children of Esau heard that some of their brethren had turned from them to fight against them in the second battle. And the children of Esau mourned when they heard this thing. And they said, what shall we do unto our brethren who turned from us to assist the children of Seir, our enemies? And the children of Esau again sent to Angeas, king of Dinhabah, saying, send unto us again other men, that with them we may fight with the children of Seir, for they have already twice been heavier than we were. And Angeas sent again to the children of Esau about 600 valiant men, and they came to assist the children of Esau. And in 10 days' time, the children of Esau again waged war with the children of Seir in the wilderness of Paran. And the battle was very severe upon the children of Seir. And the children of Esau prevailed at this time over the children of Seir. And the children of Seir were smitten before the children of Esau. And the children of Esau slew from them about 2,000 men. And all the mighty men of the children of Seir died in this battle, and there only remained their young children that were left in their cities. And all Midian and the children of the east betook themselves to fight from the battle, and they left the children of Seir and fled when they saw that the battle was severe upon them. And the children of Esau pursued all the children of the east until they reached their land. And the children of Esau slew yet of them about 250 men, and from the people of the children of Esau there fell in the battle about 30 men. But this evil came upon them through their brethren, turning from them to assist the children of Seir. The Hori and the children of Esau again heard of the evil doings of their brethren, and they again mourned on account of this thing. And it came to pass, after the battle, the children of Esau turned back and came home to Seir. And the children of Esau slew those who had remained in the land of the children of Seir. They slew also their women and little ones. They left not a soul alive, except 50 young lads and damsels, whom they suffered to live. And the children of Esau did not put them to death. And the lads became their slaves, and the damsels they took for women. And the children of Esau dwelt in Seir in the place of their children of Seir, and they inherited their land, and took possession of it. And the children of Esau took all belonging in the land to the children of Seir, also their flocks, their bullocks, and their goods, and all belonging to the children of Seir did the children of Esau take. And the children of Esau dwelt in Seir, in the place of the children of Seir unto this day. And the children of Esau divided the land into divisions to the 5 sons of Esau, according to their families. And it came to pass in those days that the children of Esau resolved to crown a king over them in the land of which they became possessed. And they said to each other, not so, for he shall reign over us in our land, and we shall be under his counsel, and he shall fight our battles against our enemies. And they did so. And all the children of Esau swore, saying, that none of their brethren should ever reign over them, but a strange man who was not of their brethren. For the souls of all the children of Esau were embittered every man against his son, brother and friend, on account of the evil they sustained from their brethren when they fought with the children of Seir. Therefore the sons of Esau swore, saying, from that day forward they would not choose a king from their brethren, but one from a strange land unto this day. And there was a man there from the people of Angeas, king of Dinhabah. His name was Bela, the son of Beor, who was a very valiant man, beautiful and comely and wise in all wisdom, and a man of sense and counsel. And there was none of the people of Angeas like unto him. And all the children of Esau took him and anointed him, and they crowned him for a king, and they bowed down to him. And they said unto him, may the king live, may the king live. And they spread out the sheet, and they brought him each man earrings of gold and silver, or rings or bracelets. And they made him very rich in silver and gold and onyx stones, bdellium. And they made him a royal throne. And they placed a regal crown upon his head. And they built a palace for him. And he dwelt therein. And he became king over all the children of Esau. And the people of Angeas took their hire for their battle from the children of Esau. And they went and returned at that time to their master in Dinhabah. And Bela reigned over the children of Esau 30 years. And the children of Esau dwelt in the land instead of the children of Seir, and they dwelt securely in their stead unto this day. And it came to pass in 32nd year of Yasrael going down to Mitzrayim, that is in the 71st year of the life of Joseph. In that year died Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, and Magron his son reigned in his stead. And Pharaoh commanded Joseph before his death to be a father to his son Magron, and that Magron should be under the care of Joseph and under his counsel. And all Mitzrayim consented to this thing, that Joseph should be king over them. For all Mitzrayim loved Joseph as of heretofore. Only Magron, the son of Pharaoh, sat upon his father's throne. And he became king in those days in his father's stead. Magron was 41 years old when he began to reign, and 40 years he reigned in Mitzrayim. And all Mitzrayim called his name Pharaoh, after the name of his father, as it was their custom to do in Mitzrayim to every king that reigned over them. And it came to pass, when Pharaoh reigned in his father's stead, he placed the laws of Mitzrayim and all the affairs of government in the land of Joseph in his hand, as his father had commanded him. And Joseph became king over Mitzrayim, for he superintended over all Mitzrayim, and all Mitzrayim was under his care and under his counsel. For all Mitzrayim inclined to Joseph after the death of Pharaoh, and they loved him exceedingly to reign over them. And were some people amongst them who did not like him, saying, no stranger shall reign over us. Still the whole government of Mitzrayim devolved in those days upon Joseph after the death of Pharaoh, he being the regulator, doing as he liked throughout the land without anyone interfering. And all Mitzrayim was under the care of Joseph. And Joseph made war with all his surrounding enemies, and he subdued them. Also all the land of all the Philistine unto the borders of Canaan did Joseph subdue, and they were all under his power, and they gave a yearly tax to Joseph. And Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, sat upon his throne in the father's stead. But he was under the control and counsel of Joseph, as he was at first under the control of his father. Neither did he reign, but in the land of Mitzrayim, only under the counsel of Joseph. But Joseph reigned over the whole country at the time, from Mitzrayim unto the great river Parath. And Joseph was successful in all his ways, and Yahweh was with him. And Yahweh gave Joseph additional wisdom and honor and glory and love towards him in the hearts of the Mitzrayim and throughout the land. And Joseph reigned over the whole country 40 years, and all the countries of the Philistine and Canaan and Tisadon, and all the other side of the Jordan, brought presents unto Joseph all the days, and the whole country was in the hand of Joseph. And they brought unto him a yearly tribute as it was regulated, for Joseph had fought against all his surrounding enemies and subdued them, and the whole country was in the hand of Joseph. And Joseph sat securely upon his throne in Mitzrayim. And also all his brethren, the sons of Yaakov, dwelt securely in the land all the days of Joseph. And they were fruitful and multiplied exceedingly in the land, and they served Yahweh all their days, as their father Yaakov had commanded them. And it came to pass at the end of many days and years, when the children of Esau were dwelling quietly in their land with Bela their king, that the children of Esau were fruitful and multiplied in the land, and they resolved to go and fight with the sons of Yaakov and Mitzrayim, and to deliver their brother Tesopho, the son of Eliphaz, and his men, for they were yet in those days slaves to Joseph. And the children of Esau sent unto all the children of the east, and they made peace with them. And all the children of the east came unto them to go with the children of Esau to Mitzrayim to battle. And there came also unto them of the people of Angeas, king of Dinhabah. And they also sent unto the children of Ishmael, and also came unto them. And all these people assembled and came to Seir to assist the children of Esau in their battle. And this camp was very large and heavy with people, numerous as the sands of the sea, about 800,000 men, infantry and cavalry. And all these troops went down to Mitzrayim to fight with the sons of Yaakov. And they encamped by Ra-Amakek. And Joseph went forth with his brethren, with the mighty men of Mitzrayim, about 600 men, and they fought with them in the land of Ra-Amakek. And the sons of Yaakov at that time again fought with the children of Esau. In the 15th year of the sons of Yaakov going down to Mitzrayim, that is the 13th year of the reign of Bela over the children of Esau in Seir. And Yahweh gave all the mighty men of Esau and the children of the east into the hands of Joseph and his brethren and the people of the children of Esau. And the children of the east were smitten before Joseph. And of the people of Esau and of the children of the east that were slain, there fell before the sons of Yaakov about 200,000 men. And their king Bela, the son of Beor, fell with them in the battle. And when the children of Esau saw that their king had fallen in battle and was dead, their hands became weak in the combat. And Joseph and his brethren and all Mitzrayim were still smiting the people of the house of Esau. And all Esau's people were afraid of the sons of Yaakov and fled from before them. And Joseph and his brethren and all Mitzrayim pursued them a day's journey, and they slew yet from them about 300 men, continuing to smite them in the road, and they afterward turned back from them. And Joseph and all his brethren returned to Mitzrayim. Not one man was missing from them, but the Mitzrayim there fell 12 men. And when Joseph returned to Mitzrayim, he ordered Tesopho and his men to be additionally bound. And they bound them in irons, and they increased their grief. And all the people of the children of Esau and the children of the east returned in shame, each unto his city, for all the mighty men that were with them had fallen in battle. And when the children of Esau saw that their king had died in battle, they hastened and took a man from the people of the children of the east. His name was Jovav, the son of Zerach, from the land of Batsra, and they caused him to reign over them instead of Bela their king. And Jovav sat upon the throne of Bela as king in his stead, and Jovav reigned in Edom over all the children of Esau 10 years. And the children of Esau went no more to fight with the sons of Yaakov from that day forward. For the sons of Esau knew the valor of the sons of Yaakov, and they were greatly afraid of them. But from that day forward, the children of Esau hated the sons of Yaakov, and the hatred and enmity were very strong between them all the days unto this day. And it came to pass after this, at the end of 10 years, Jovav, the son of Zerach from Batsra, died, and the children of Esau took a man whose name was Cushim from the land of Teman, and they made him king over them instead of Jovav. And Cushim reigned over Edom, over all the children of Esau for 20 years. And Joseph, king of Mitzrayim, and his brethren, and all the children of Yasrael dwelt securely in Mitzrayim in those days, together with the children of Joseph and his brethren, having no hindrance or evil accident. And the land of Mitzrayim was at that time at rest from war in the days of Joseph and his brethren. And these are the names of the sons of Yisrael who dwelt in Mitzrayim, who had come with Yaakov. All the sons of Yaakov came to Mitzrayim, every man with his household. The children of Leah were Reuben, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, Issachar, and Zebulun, and the sister Dinah. And the sons of Rachel were Joseph and Benjamin, and the sons of Zilpah, the handmaid of Leah, were Gad and Asher. And the sons of Bilhah, the handmaiden of Rachel, were Dan and Naphtali. And these were their offspring that were born unto them in the land of Canaan, before they came to Mitzrayim with their father, Yaakov. The sons of Reuben were Hanok, Palu, Hetzron, Carmi. The sons of Shimon were Yemuel, Yamin, Ohad, Yakin, Tessachar, and Shaul, the sons of Canaani woman. And the children of Levi were Gershon, Kohath, and Merari, and their sister Jochebed was born unto them in their going down to Mitzrayim. And the sons of Yehuda were Onan, Shelach, Peretz, and Zerach. And and Onan died in the land of Canaan, and the sons of Peretz were Chetzron, Hamuel, and the sons of Issachar were Tola, Puah, Yov, and Shimron, and the sons of Zebulun were Kered, Elon, and Yacheliel, and the son of Dan was Cushim, and the son of Naphtali were Yetztiel, Guni, Yetzer, and Shillam, and the sons of Gad were Tesaphion, Hagi, Shui, Etzbon, Eri, Ervadi, and Areli. And the children of Asher were Yimnah, Yishva, Yeshavi, Beriah, and the sister Serach. And the sons of Beriah were Chavir and Malkiel, and the sons of Benjamin were Bela, Becher, Ashbel, Gera, Naamanan, and Echi, Rosh, Muppim, Hippiam, and Ard. And the sons of Joseph that were born unto in Mitzrayim were Manasseh and Ephraim. And all the souls that went forth from the loins of Yaakov were 70 souls. These are they who came with Yaakov their father into Mitzrayim to dwell there. And Joseph and his brethren dwelt securely in Mitzrayim, and they ate of the best of Mitzrayim, and all the days of the life of Joseph. And Joseph lived in the land of Mitzrayim 93 years. And Joseph reigned over Mitzrayim 80 years. And when the days of Joseph drew nigh, that he should die, he sent and called for his brethren and all his father's household. And they all came together and sat before him. And Joseph said unto his brethren and unto the whole of his father's household, Behold, I die, and Elohim will surely visit you and bring you up from this land to the land which he swore to your fathers to give unto them. And it shall be when Elohim shall visit you to bring you up from here into the land of your fathers, then bringing up my bones with you from here. And Joseph made the sons of Yasrael to swear for their seed after them, saying, Elohim surely will visit you, and you shall bring up my bones with you from here. And it came to pass after this that Joseph died in that very year, and the 71st year of Yasrael, going down to Mitzrayim. And Joseph was 110 years old when he died in the lands of Mitzrayim. And all his brethren and all his servants rose up, and they embalmed Joseph, as was their custom. And his brethren and all Mitzrayim mourned over him for 70 days. And they put Joseph in a coffin filled with spices and all sorts of perfume. And they buried him by the side of the river that is Shaichar, and his sons and all his brethren and the whole of his father's household made a 7 days mourning for him. And it came to pass after the death of Joseph, all the Mitzrayim, being in those days to rule over the children of Yasrael, and Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, who reigned in his father's stead, took all the laws of Mitzrayim, and conducted the whole government of Mitzrayim under his counsel, and he reigned securely over his people. And when the year came round, being the 72nd year of Yasrael going down to Mitzrayim, after the death of Joseph, Tesopho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, fled from Mitzrayim, he and his men, and they went away. And he came to Africa, which is Dinhabah, to Angeas, king of Africa. And Angeas received them with great honor, and he made Tesopho the captain of his host. And Tesopho found favor in the sight of Angeas and in the sight of his people, and Tesopho was captain of the host to Angeas, king of Africa, for many days. And Tesopho enticed Angeas, king of Africa, to collect all his army to go and fight with Mitzrayim and with the sons of Yaakov, and to avenge of them the cause of his brethren. But Angeas would not listen to Tesopho to do these things, for Angeas knew the strength of the sons of Yaakov and what they had done to his army and their welfare with the children of Esau. And Tesopho was in those days very great in the sight of Angeas, and in the sight of all his people, and he continually enticed them to make war against the Mitzrayim, but they would not. And it came to pass in those days, there was in the land of Kittim a man in the city of Pesmena, whose name was Uzzah, and he became degenerately defiled by the children of Kittim. And the man died and had no sons, only one daughter, whose name was Janiah. And the damsel was exceedingly beautiful, comely, and intelligent. There was none seen like her for her beauty and wisdom throughout the land. And the people of Angeas, king of Africa, saw her, and they came and praised her unto him. And Angeas sent to the children of Kittim, and he requested to take her unto himself for a woman. And the people of Kittim consented to give her unto him for a woman. And when the messengers of Angeas were going forth from the land of Kittim to take their journey, behold, the messenger of Turnus, king of Bibentu, came before unto Kittim, for Turnus, king of Bibentu, also sent his messengers to request Jenia for him, to take unto himself for a woman, for all his men had also praised her to him. Therefore he sent all his servants unto her. And the servants of Turnus came to Kittim, and they asked for Jania to be taken, and to Turnus, their king, for a woman. And the people of Kittim said unto them, We cannot give her, because Angeas, king of Africa, desired her to take her unto him for a woman before you came, and that we should give her unto him. And now, therefore, we cannot do this thing to deprive Angeas of the damsel in order to give her unto Turnus. For we are greatly afraid of Angeas, lest he come into battle against us and destroy us. And Turnus, your master, will not be able to deliver us from this hand. And when the messengers of Turnus heard all the words of the children of Kittim, they turned back unto their master and told him all the words of the children of Kittim. And the children of Kittim sent a memorial to Angeas, saying, Behold, Turnus has sent for Jania to take her unto him for a woman, and thus have we answered him. And we heard that he has collected his whole army to go to war against you, and he intends to pass by the road of Sardunia to fight against your brother Lucas, and after that he will come to fight against you. And Angeas heard the words of the children of Kittim, which they sent to him in the record, and his anger was kindled, and he rose up and assembled his whole army, and came through the islands of the sea and the road to Sardunia, to his brother Lucas, king of Sardunia. And Nibolos, the son of Lucas, heard that his uncle Angeas was coming, and he went out to meet him with a heavy army, and he kissed him and embraced him. And Nublos said to Angeas, When you ask my father after his welfare, when I shall go with you to fight with Turnus, ask of him to take me captain of his host. And Angeas did so, and he came unto his brother, and his brother came to meet him, and he asked him after his welfare. And Angeas asked his brother Lucas after his welfare, and to make his son Niblos captain of the host, and Lucas did so. And Angeas and his brother Lucas rose up, and they went towards Turnus to battle, and there was with them a great army and a heavy people. And he came in ships, and they came into the province of Asterish. And behold, Turnus came towards them, for he went forth from Sardunia, and intended to destroy it, and afterwards to pass on from there to Angeas to fight with him. And Angeas and Lucas his brother met Turnus in the valley of Canopia. The battle was strong and mighty between them in that place. And the battle was severe upon Lucas, king of Sardunia, and all his army fell. And Neblos, his son, fell also in the battle. And his uncle Angeas commanded his servants, and they made a golden coffin for Nublos, and they put him in it. And Angeas again waged battle over Turnus. And Angeas was stronger than he, and he slew him, and he smote all his people with the edge of the sword. And Angeas avenged the cause of Nublos his brother's son, and the cause of the army of his brother Lucas. And when Turnus died, the hands of those that survived the battle became weak, and they fled from before Angeas and Lucas his brother. And Angeas and his brother Lucas pursued them unto the high road, which is between Aphanu and Roma, and they slew the whole army of Turnus with the edge of the sword. And Lucas, king of Sardunia, commanded his servants that they should make a coffin of brass, and that they should place therein the body of his son Nublis. And they buried him in the place. And they built upon it a high tower there upon the high road, and they called its name after the name of Nublus unto this day. And they also buried Turnus, king of Bibentu, there in that place with Nublus. And behold, upon the high road between Aphanu and Ramah, the grave of Nublus is on one side, and the grave of Turnus is on the other, and a pavement between them unto this day. And when Nublus was buried, Lucas his father returned with his army to his land Sardunia, and Angeas his brother, king of Africa, went with his people unto the city of Benentu, that is the city of Turnus. And the inhabitants of Bibentu heard of his fame, and they were greatly afraid of him. And they went forth to meet him with weeping and supplication. And the inhabitants of Bibentu entreated of Angeas not to slay them nor destroy their city. And he did so, for Bibentu was in those days reckoned as one of the cities of the children of Kittim. Therefore he did not destroy the city. But from that day forward, the troops of the king of Africa would go to Kittim to spoil and plunder it. And whenever they went, Tesopho, the captain of the host of Angeas, would go with them. And it was after this that Angeas turned with his army, and they came to the city of Pezimnah, and Angeas took thence Janiah, the daughter of Uzzah, for a woman, and brought her to his city into Africa. And it came to pass at that time, Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, commanded all his people to make for him a strong palace in Mitzrayim. And he also commanded the sons of Yaakov to assist the Mitzrayim in the building, and the Mitzrayim made a beautiful and elegant palace for a royal habitation, and he dwelt therein, and renewed his government and his reign securely. And Yevulun, the son of Yaakov, died in that year, that is the 72nd year of the going down of Yisrael to Mitzrayim. And Zebulun died in 114 years old, and was put in a coffin and given into the hands of his children. And in the 75th year died his brother Shimon. He was 120 years old at his death, and he was also put into a coffin and given into the hands of his children. And Tesopho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, captain of the hosts of Agias, king of Dinhabah, was still daily enticing Agias to prepare for battle to fight with the sons of Yaakov in Mitzrayim. And Agias was unwilling to do this thing, for his servants had related to him all the might of the sons of Yaakov, what they had done unto them in their battle with the children of Esau. And Tesopho was in those days daily enticing Angeas to fight with the sons of Yaakov in those days. And after some time, Ageas hearkened to the words of Tesopho, and consented to them to fight with the sons of Yaakov in Mitzrayim. And Ageas got all his people in order, a people numerous as the sands which is upon the seashore. And he formed his resolution to go to Mitzrayim to battle. And amongst the servants of Ageas was a youth 15 years old. Bilam, the son of Beor, was his name, and the youth was very wise and understood the art of witchcraft. And Ageas said unto Bilham, Conjure for us, I pray you, with the witchcraft, that we may know who will prevail in this battle to which we are now proceeding. And Balaam ordered that they should bring him wax, and he made thereof the likeness of chariots and horsemen, representing the army of Agnias and the army of Mitzrayim. And he put them in the cunningly prepared waters that he had for the purpose. And he took in his hand the boughs of myrtle trees, and he exercised his cunning, and he joined them over the waters. And there appeared unto him in the water the resembling images of the hosts of Agnias, falling before the resembling images of Mitzrayim and the sons of Yaakov. And Bilham told this thing to Agnias, and Agnias despaired and did not arm himself to go down to Mitzrayim to battle, and he remained in his city. And when Tesipho, the son of Eliphaz, saw that Agnias despaired of going forth to battle with Mitzrayim, Tesipho fled from Angias from Africa, and he went and came to Kittim. And all the people of Kittim received him with great honor, and they hired him to fight their battle all the days. And Tesipho came exceedingly rich in those days. And the troops of the king of Africa still spread among themselves in those days. And the children of Kittim assembled and went to Mount Cuптizah in account of the troops of Agnes, king of Africa, who were advancing upon them. And it was one day that Tesipho lost a young heifer, and he went to seek it, and he heard it lowing around about the mountain. And Tesipho went, and he saw, and beheld, there was a large calf at the bottom of the mountain, and there was a great stone there at the entrance of the cave. And Tesipho split the stone, and he came unto the cave, and he looked, and beheld, a large animal was devouring the ox. From the middle upward, it resembled a man, and from the middle downward, it resembled an animal. And Tesipho rose up against the animal and slew it with his swords. And the inhabitant of Kittim heard of this thing, and they rejoiced exceedingly, and they said, What shall we do unto this man who has slain this animal that devour our cattle? And they all assembled to consecrate one day in the year to him, and they called the name thereof Tesipho after his name. And they brought unto him drink offerings year after year on that day, and they brought him gifts. And at that time, Jaina, the daughter of Azu, woman of the king Angus, became ill, and her illness was heavily felt by Angias and his officers. And Angias said unto his wise men, What shall I do to Jania, and how shall I heal her from her illness? And his wise men said unto him, Because the air of our country is not like the air of the land of Kittim, and our water is not like the water. Therefore, from this has the queen become ill. For through the change of air and water she became ill, and also because in her country she drank only the water which came from Perma, which her ancestors had brought up with bridges. And Angias commanded his servants, and they brought unto them in vessels of water and Perma belonging to Kittim, and they weighed those waters with all the waters of the land of Africa. And they found those waters lighter than the waters of Africa. And Angias saw this thing, and he commanded all his officers to assemble the hewers of stone in thousands and tens of thousands, and they hewed stone without number, and builders came, and they built an exceedingly strong bridge. And they conveyed the spring of water from the land of Kittim into Africa, and those waters were for Jania, the queen, for all her concerns to drink from, and to bake and wash and bathe therewith, and also to water therewith all seed from which food can be attained, and all fruit of the ground. And the king commanded that they should bring of the soil of Kittim in large ships. And they also brought stones to build therewith, and the builders built places for Jania the queen, and all the queen became healed for her illness. And at the revolution of the year, the troops of Africa continued coming to the land of Kittim to plunder as usual. And Tesipho, son of Eliphaz, heard their report, and he gave orders concerning them, and he fought with them, and they fled before him, and he delivered the land of Kittim from them. And the children of Kittim saw the valor of Tesipho, and the children of Kittim resolved, and they made Tesipho king over them. And he became king over them. And while he reigned, they went to subdue the children of Tubal and all the surrounding islands. And their king Tesipho went at their head, and they made war with Tubal and the islands, and they subdued them, And when they returned from the battle, they renewed his government for him, and they built for him a very large palace for his royal habitation and seat. And they made a large throne for him. And Tesipho reigned over the whole land of Kittim and over the land of Italia 50 years. In that year, being the 79th year of Yasrael, going down to Mitzrayim, died Reuven, the son of Yaakov, in the land of Mitzrayim. Reuven was 125 years old when he died. And they put him into a coffin, and he was given into the hands of his children. And in the 80th year died his brother Dan. He was 120 years at his death. And he was also put into a coffin and given unto the hands of his children. And in that year died Cusham, king of Edom, and after him reigned Hadad, the son of Bedad, for 35 years. And in the 81st year died Yesachar, the son of Yaakov, in Mitzrayim. And Yesachar was 122 years old at his death. And he was put into a coffin in Mitzrayim and given into the hands of his children. And in the 82nd year died Asher, his brother. He was 123 years old at his death, and he was placed in a coffin in Mitzrayim and given into the hands of his children. And in the 83rd year died Gad. He was 125 years old at his death, and he was put into a coffin in Mitzrayim and given into the hands of his children. And it came to pass in the 84th year, that his 50th year of reign of Hadad, son of Bedad, king of Edom, that Hadad assembled all the children of Esau, and he got his whole army in readiness, about 400,000 men, and he directed his way to the land of Moab. And he went to fight with Moab, and to make them a tributary to him. And the children of Moab heard this thing, and they were very much afraid. And they sent to the children of Midian to assist them in fighting with Hadad, son of Bedad, king of Edom. And Hadad came into the land of Moab, and Moab and the children of Midian went out to meet him, and they placed themselves in the battle array against him in the field of Moab. And Hadad fought with Moab, and there fell of the children of Moab and the children of Midian many slain ones, about 200,000 men, and the battle was very severe upon Moab. And when the children of Moab saw that the battle was sore upon them, they weakened their hands and turned their backs, and left the children of Midian to carry on the battle. And the children of Midian knew not the intentions of Moab, but they strengthened themselves in battle, and fought with Hadad and all the host, and all Midian fell before them. And Hadad smote all Midian with a heavy smiting, and he slew them with the edge of the sword. He left none remaining of those who came to assist Moab. And when all the children of Midian had perished in battle, and the children of Moab had escaped, Hadad made all Moab at that time tributary to him, and they became under his hand, and he gave a yearly tax as it was ordered, and Hadad turned and went back to his land. And at the revolution of the year, when the rest of the people of Midian that were in the land heard that all the brethren had fallen in battle with Hadad for the sake of Moab, because the children of Moab had turned their backs in battle and left Midian to fight, then 5 of the princes of Midian resolved with the rest of their brethren who remained in their land to fight with Moab to avenge the cause of their brethren. And the children of Midian sent to all the brethren, the children of the east, and all the brethren, all the children of Keturah came to assist Midian to fight with Moab. And the children of Moab heard this thing, and they were greatly afraid that all the children of the east had assembled together against them for battle. And they, the children of Moab, sent a memorial to the land of Edom, to Hadad the son of Bedad, saying, Come now unto us, and assist us, and we will smite Midian. For they all assembled together, and have come against us with all their brethren, the children of the east, to battle, to avenge the cause of Midian that fell into battle. And Hadad, son of Bedad, king of Edom, went forth with his whole army, and went into the land of Moab to fight with Midian. And Midian and the children of the east fought with Moab in the field of Moab, and the battle was very fierce between them. And Hadad smote all the children of Midian and the children of the east with the edge of the sword. And Hadad at that time delivered Moab from the hand of Midian. And those that remained of Midian and of the children of the east fled before Hadad and his army. And Hadad pursued them in their land and smote them with a very heavy slaughter, and the slain fell in the road. And Hadad delivered Moab from the hand of Midian, for all the children of Midian had fallen by the edge of the sword. And Hadad turned and went back to his land. And from that day forth, the children of Midian hated the children of Moab, because they had fallen in battle for their sake. And there was a great and mighty enemy between them all the days. And all that were found in Midian in the road of the land of Moab perished by the sword of Moab. And all that were found of Moab in the road of the land of Midian perished by the sword of Midian. Thus did Midian unto Moab, and Moab unto Midian for many days. And it came to pass at that time that Yehuda, the son of Yaakov, died in Mitzrayim, in the 86th year of Yaakov going down to Mitzrayim, and Yehuda was 129 years old at his death. And they embalmed him and put him into a coffin, and he was given into the hands of his children. And in the 89th year died Naphtali. He was 132 years old, and he was put into a coffin and given into the hands of his children. And it came to pass in the 91st year of Yasrael going down to Mitzrayim, that is, in the 30th year of the reign of Tesopho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, over the children of Kittim. The children of Africa came upon the children of Kittim to plunder them as usual, but they had not come upon them for these 13 years. And they came to them in that year, and Tesopho, the son of Eliphaz, went out to them with some of his men and smote them desperately. And the troops of Africa fled from before Tesopho, and the slain fell before him. And Tesopho and his men pursued them, going on and smiting them until they were near unto Africa. And Agius, king of Africa, heard the thing which Tesopho had done, and it vexed him exceedingly. And Agius was afraid of Tesopho all the days. And in the 93rd year died Levi, the son of Yaakov, and in Mitzrayim, and Levi was 137 years old when he died. And they put him into a coffin, and he was given into the hands of his children. And it came to pass after the death of Levi, that when the Mitzrayim saw that the sons of Yaakov, the brethren of Joseph, were dead, all the Mitzrayim began to afflict the children of Yaakov, and to embitter their lives from that day into the day of their going forth from Mitzrayim. And they took from their hands all the vineyards and fields which Joseph had given unto them, and all the elegant houses in which the people of Yisrael lived, and all the fat of Mitzrayim. The Mitzrayim took all from the sons of Yaakov in those days. And the hand of all Mitzrayim became more grievous in those days against the children of Yisrael. And the Mitzrayim injured Yisrael, until the children of Yisrael were wearied of their lives on account of the Mitzrayim. And it came to pass in those days, in the 102nd year of Yisrael's going down to Mitzrayim, that Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, died, and Moel, his son, reigned in his stead. And all the mighty men of Mitzrayim and all their generations which knew Joseph and his brethren died in those days. And another generation rose up in their stead, which had not known the sons of Yaakov and all the good which they had done unto them, and all their might in Mitzrayim. Therefore, all Mitzrayim began from that day forth to embitter the lives of the sons of Yaakov, and to afflict them with all manner of hard labor, because they had not known their ancestors who had delivered them in the days of famine. And this was also from Yahweh for children of Yisrael to benefit them in their latter days, in order that all the children of Yisrael might know Yahweh Elohim. For in order to know the signs and mighty wonders which Yahweh would do in Mitzrayim on account of his people, Yisrael, in order that the children of Yisrael might fear Yahweh Elohim of their ancestors, and walk in all his ways, they and their seed after them all the days. Malol was 20 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 94 years, and all Mitzrayim called his name Pharaoh, after the name of his father, as it was their custom to do to every king who reigned over them in Mitzrayim. At that time, all the troops of Angeas, king of Africa, went forth to spread along the land of Kittim as usual for plunder. And Tesipho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, heard their report, and he went forth to meet them with his army, and he fought them there on the road. And Tesipho smote the troops of the king of Africa with the edge of the sword, and left none remaining of them. Not even one returned to his master in Africa. And Angeas heard of this which Tesipho, the son of Eliphaz, had done to all his troops, that he had destroyed them. And Angeas assembled all his troops, all the men of the land of Africa, a people numerous like the sand of the seashore. And Angeas sent to Lucas his brother, saying, Come to me with all your men, and help me smite Tesipho and all the children of Kittim, who have destroyed my men. And Lucas came with his whole army, a very great force, to assist Angeas his brother, to fight with Tesipho and the children of Kittim. And Tesipho and the children of Kittim heard this thing, and they were greatly afraid, and a great terror fell upon their hearts. And Tesipho also sent a cipher to the land of Edom, to Hadad, the son of Bedad, king of Edom, and to all the children of Esau, saying, I have heard that Agnias, king of Africa, is coming to us with his brother for a battle against us, and we are greatly afraid of him, for his army is very great, particularly as he comes against us with his brother, and his army likewise. Now therefore come you also up with me and help me, and we will fight together against Angeas, his brother, Lucas, and you will save us from out of their hands. But if not, know ye that we shall all die. And the children of Esau sent a cipher to the children of Kittim, and to Tesipho their king, saying, We cannot fight against Agnias and his people, for a covenant of peace has been between us these many years, from the days of Bela, the first king, and from the days of Joseph, the son of Yaakov, king of Mitzrayim, with whom we fought on the other side of the Jordan, when he buried his father. And when Tesipho heard the words of his brethren to the children of Esau, he refrained from them, and Tesipho was greatly afraid of Angeas. And Angeas and Lucas, his brother, arrayed all their forces, about 800,000 men, against the children of Kittim. And all the children of Kittim said unto Tesipho, Pray for us to the Elohim of your ancestors, perchance he may deliver us from the hand of Agnias and his army, for we have heard that he is a great Elohim, and that he delivers all who trust in him. And Tesipho heard their words, and Tesipho sought Yahuwah, and he said, O Yahuwah, Elohim of Abram, Isaac, and my ancestors, this day I know that you are the true Elohim, and all the Elohim of the nations are vain and useless. Remember now this day unto me your covenant with Abraham, our father, which our ancestor related unto us, and do graciously with me this day for the sake of Abraham and Yitzchak, our fathers, and save me and the children of Kittim from the hand of the king of Africa who comes against us for battle. And Yahweh hearkened unto the voice of Tesipho, and he had regard for him on account of Abram and Yitzchak. And Yahuwah delivered Tesipho and the children of Kittim from the hand of Agius and his people. And Tesipho fought Agius, king of Africa, and all his people on that day. And Yahuwah gave all the people of Agnias into the hands of the children of Kittim. And the battle was severe upon Agnias, and Tesipho smote all the men of Agnias, and Lucas his brother with the edge of the sword, and there from them unto the evening they fell of that day about 400,000 men. And when Agnias saw that all his men perished, he sent a cipher to all the inhabitants of Africa to come to him, to assist him in battle. And he wrote in the cipher, saying, all who are found in Africa, let them come unto me from 10 years old and upward. Let them all come unto me, and behold, if he comes not, he shall die. And all that he has, with the whole household, the king will take. And all the rest of the inhabitants of Africa were terrified at the word of Agnias. And there went out of the city about 300,000 men and boys from 10 years upward. And they came to Agnias. And at the end of the 10 days, Agnias renewed the battle against Tesipho and the children of Kittim. And the battle was very great and strong between them. And from the army of Agnias and Lucas, Tesipho sent many of the wounded into his land, about 2,000 men. And Tesophatar, the captain of the host of Agnias, fell in that battle. And when Tesophatar had fallen, the African troops turned their backs to flee, and they fled. And Agnias and Lucas, his brother, were with them. And Tesipho and the children of Kittim pursued them, and they smote them still heavily on the road, about 200 men, and they pursued Asdrubal, the son of Agnias, who had fled with his father, and they smote 20 of his men on the road. And Asdrubal escaped from the children of Kittim, and they did not slay him. And Agnias and Lucas, his brother, fled with the rest of their men, and they escaped and came to Africa with terror and consternation. And Agnias feared all the days lest Tesipho, the son of Eliphaz, should go to war with him. And Bilam, the son of Boer, was at that time with Agnias in the battle. And when he saw that Tesipho prevailed over Agnias, he fled from there and came to Kittim. And Tesipho and the children of Kittim received him with great honor, for Tesipho knew Bilam's wisdom, and Tesipho gave unto Bilam many gifts, and he remained with him. And when Tesipho had returned from the war, he commanded all the children of Kittim to be numbered who had gone into battle with him. And behold, not one was missing. And Tesipho rejoiced at this thing, and he renewed his kingdom, and he made a feast to all his subjects. But Tesipho remembered not Yahuwah, and considered not that Yahuwah had helped him in battle, and that he had delivered him and his people from the hands of the king of Africa, but still walked in the ways of the children of Kittim and the wicked children of Esau, to serve other Elohim, which his brethren, the children of Esau, had taught him. It is therefore said, from the wicked goes forth wickedness. And Tesipho reigned over all the children of Kittim securely, but know not Yahweh, who had delivered him and all his people from the hand of the king of Africa. And the troops of Africa came no more to Kittim to plunder as usual. For they knew of the power of Tesopho, who had smitten them all the edge of the sword. So Agius was afraid of Tesopho, the son of Eliphaz, and of the children of Kittim all the days. At that time, when Tesopho had returned from the war, and when Tesopho had seen how he prevailed over all the people of Africa, and he had smitten them in battle at the edge of the sword, when Tesopho advised with the children of Kittim to go to Mitzrayim to fight with the sons of Yaakov and with Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim. For Tesopho heard that the mighty men of Mitzrayim were dead, and that Joseph and his brethren, the sons of Yaakov, were dead, and that all their children of the children of Yasrael remained in Mitzrayim. And Tesopho considered to go to fight against them, and all Mitzrayim to avenge the cause of his brethren, the children of Esau, whom Joseph with his brethren and all Mitzrayim had smitten in the land of Canaan, when they went up to bury Yaakov in Hebron. And Tesopho sent messengers to Hadad, son of Bedad, king of Edom, and to all his brethren, the children of Esau, saying, Did you not say that you would not fight against the king of Africa, for he is a member of your covenant? Behold, I fought with him and smote him and all his people. Now, therefore, I have resolved to fight against Mitzrayim and the children of Yaakov, who are there, and I will be revenged of them for what Joseph, his brethren and ancestors, did to us in the land of Canaan, when they went up to bury their father in Hebron. Now then, if you are willing to come to me to assist me in fighting against them and Mitzrayim, then shall we avenge the cause of our brethren. And the children of Esau hearkened to the words of Tesopho, and the children of Esau gathered themselves together, a very great people, and they went to assist Tesopho and the children of Kittim in battle. And Tesopho sent to all the children of the east and to all the children of Ismael with the words like unto these. And they gathered themselves and came to the assistance of Tesopho and the children of Kittim in the war upon Mitzrayim. And all these kings and the kings of Edom and the children of the east and all the children of Ismael and Tesopho, the king of Kittim, went forth and arrayed all their host in Hebron. And the camp was very heavy, extending in length a distance of 3 days' journey, a people numerous as the sands upon the seashore, which cannot be counted. And all these kings and their host went down and came against all Mitzrayim in battle and encamped together in the valley of Pathroch. And all Mitzrayim heard the report, and they also gathered themselves together, all the people of the land of Mitzrayim, and of all the cities belonging to Mitzrayim, about 300,000 men. And the men of Mitzrayim sent also to the children of Yasrael, who were in those days in the land of Goshen, to come to them in order to go and fight with these kings. And the men of Yasrael assembled, and were about 150 men, and they went into battle to assist the Mitzrayim. And the men of Yasrael and the Mitzrayim went forth, about 300,000 men and 150 men, and they went towards these kings to battle, and they placed themselves from without the land of Goshen, opposite Pathroch. And the Mitzrayim believed not in Yasrael to go with them in their camp together for battle, for all the Mitzrayim said, Perhaps the children of Yasrael will deliver us into the hand of the children of Esau and Ishmael, for they are the brethren. And all the Mitzrayim said to the children of Yasrael, Remain you here together in your stand, and we will go and fight against these children of Esau and Ishmael. And if these kings should prevail over us, then come you all together upon them and assist us. And the children of Yasrael did so. And Tesopho, the son of Eliphaz, the son of Esau, king of Kittim, and Hadad, the son of Bedad, king of Edom, and all their camps, and all the children of the east, and the children of Ishmael, and the people numerous as the sands encamped together in the valley of Pathrok, opposite Panakak. And Bilam, the son of Beor, the Aramee, was there in the camp of Tesipho, for he came with the children of Kittim to the battle. And Bilam was a man highly honored in the eyes of Tesipho and his men. And Tesipho said to Bilam, try by divination for us that we may know who will prevail in battle, we or the Mitzrayim. And Bilam rose up and tried the art of divination, and he was skillful in the knowledge of it. But he was confused, and the work was destroyed in his hand. And he tried it again, but it did not succeed. And Bilam despaired of it, and left it, and did not complete it. For this was from Yahweh, in order to cause Tesipho and his people to fall into the hands of the children of Yisrael, who had trusted in Yahuwah, the Elohim of their ancestors, in their war. And Tesipho and Hadad put their forces in battle array, and all the Mitzrayim went alone against them, about 300,000 men, and not one man of Yisrael was with them. And all the Mitzrayim fought with the kings opposite Pathak and Takpanach, and the battle was severe against the Mitzrayim. And the kings were stronger than the Mitzrayim in that battle. And about 180 men of Mitzrayim fell on that day, and about 30 men of the forces of the kings. And all the men of Mitzrayim fled from before the kings. So the children of Esau and Ishmael pursued the Mitzrayim, continuing to smite them into the place where the camp of the children of Israel. And all the Mitzrayim cried unto the children of Israel, saying, hasten to us and assist us and save us from the hands of Esau, Ishmael, and the children of Kittim. And the 150 men of the children of Yisrael ran from their station to the camps of these kings. And the children of Yisrael cried unto Yahuwah Elohim to deliver them. And Yahuwah hearkened to Yisrael, and Yahuwah gave all the men of the kings into their hand. And the children of Yisrael fought against these kings. And the children of Yisrael smote about 4,000 of the king's men. And Yahuwah threw a great consternation in the camp of the kings, so that the fear of the children of Yisrael fell upon them. And all the host of the kings fled from before the children of Yisrael. And the children of Yisrael pursued them, continuing to smite them into the borders of the land of Cush. And the children of Yisrael slew of them in the road yet 2,000 men, and of the children of Yisrael not one fell. And when the Mitzrayim saw the children of Yisrael had fought with such few men with the kings, and that the battle was so very severe against them, all the Mitzrayim were greatly afraid of their lives on account of the strong battle. And all Mitzrayim fled, every man hiding himself from the arrayed forces. And they hid themselves in the road, and they left Yisrael to fight. And the children of Yisrael inflicted a terrible blow upon the king's men, and they returned from them after they had driven them to the border of the land of Cush. And all Yisrael knew the thing which the men of Mitzrayim had done to them, that they had fled from them in battle, and had left them to fight alone. So the children of Yisrael also acted with cunning. And as the children of Yisrael returned from battle, they found some of the Mitzrayim in the road, and smote them there. And they, while they slew them, they said unto them these words, wherefore did you go from us and leave us, being a few people, to fight against these kings, who had a great people to smite us, that you might thereby deliver your own souls? And of some which Yisrael met on the road, they, the children of Yisrael, spoke to each other, saying, smite, smite, for he is a Yishmaeli, or an Edomi. or from the children of Kittim, that they stood over them and slew them? And they knew that he was a misread. And the children of Yisrael did these things cunningly against the Mitzrayim, because they had deserted them in battle, and had fled from them. And the children of Yisrael slew of the men of Mitzrayim in the road in this manner, about 200 men. And all the men of Mitzrayim saw the evil which the children of Yisrael had done to them. So all Mitzrayim feared greatly the children of Yisrael, for they had seen their great power, and that not one man of them had fallen. So all the children of Yisrael returned with joy on the road to Goshen, and the rest of Mitzrayim returned each man to his place.